Please disregard the beautiful aesthetics around me. I'm in the dungeon season of my life. I just wanted to come on here and give y'all an update to the Encourage Yourself short, to give you the testimony of what God did on Friday for me. So on Friday, my battery died in my car. I didn't know that it was the battery. I just knew that my car wouldn't start when I got in it on Friday to go to work. And normally my nickname is Chicken Little, because any type of inconvenience that would happen in my life, I run in circles screaming that the sky is falling, the sky is falling. But for some reason, Friday was different, because I went straight to my Father. I got in the car would not start. I started to declare and decree the promises of God over my life. I said, I am the head and not the tail, above and not beneath, a lender and not a borrower. You will not take my paycheck on a Friday to fix this car. I declared and decreed that He was the supplier of all of my needs according to His riches and glory. I declared and decreed that this was not my problem, that I'm giving it over to Him. And I called my dad and I told him, hey, Dad, my car won't start. He got there. He tried to jump the car off. The battery was so dead that we literally had to take it out of the car. So my mom had to take me up to Walmart. And I'm still declaring and decreeing in my head, because I'm like, I don't want to pay for this battery. I don't want to pay for it. I had it. I had the provision to pay for it, but I did not want to pay for a new battery. And so I get up to the line at Walmart. I give them the battery. They scan it and they're like, oh, your battery is still under warranty. They said the battery is still under warranty. They gave me a free battery. And this is not where the story ends. So we get the battery back to my apartments. We're riding through the parking garage and my mom sees this man. She rolls down her window and she says, hey, do you know how to put batteries in cars? Me and the man looking at each other like, what? I said, Mama, you can't do that. And she was like, you need help. The man was like, yes, I know how to put batteries in cars. And so he came over to help put the battery in my car. So I'm getting ready to take my wallet out to pay the man. And as I take my wallet out to pay him, he said, I don't want your money. And I was like, okay. And I was like, and he was like, but if you want to do anything for me, can you pray for my daughter? So now my antennas are up. I said, okay, well, what's wrong with your daughter? And he was like, she's in the NICU. She's been there for 1.5 years since she was born. He was like, if anything, could you just lift her up in prayer? This went from an inconvenience that I thought was happening on a Friday because I didn't make it to work, to a divine appointment. Because this father, you could tell that he was carrying this burden, and this burden was heavy on him. And God put me in position to be able to lift this burden up in prayer for him. And I've been praying for that baby ever since. And I come now to encourage you today. Spot the lie. When things are being inconvenienced around you, start looking to see what God is calling you to. Because I could have been negative all day. I could have been the normal Nicole yelling Chicken Little all day. The sky's falling, the sky's falling. But I genuinely feel like that man saw the peace of God in me in order to feel like that he could trust me with that burden. So right now, I just come to encourage you that whatever you are going through, do not lose the peace of God. He tells us to cast our cares on him because he cares for us. He says to be anxious for nothing, but in all things through prayer and supplication, make our requests known to him, and that he will give us a peace that surpasses all understanding. He said that he did not create us with a spirit of fear, but of love, power, and a sound mind. He has called us to be the light in this dark world. So right now, I'm telling you, do not dim your light because you are going through trials and circumstances, but use that as an opportunity to give God the glory. And I promise you, the same way that he delivered me on Friday, because I didn't pay a dime for that battery. I didn't pay a dime for the installation. And I was also able to show him the glory and lift up a prayer that this father had been holding. He will do the exact same for you. Be encouraged in your situation, whatever the circumstance is. And if you have a prayer burden that you want lifted up, I'm willing to stand and agree with you in prayer, because I know that prayer works. Blessings, y'all. Have a great day.